adventurous souls, we search for moments that make us feel both big and small, victorious and humbled, affirmed yet challenged. We want our curiosity to be entertained and to experience something new. These moments, of course, are found when we spend time with nature, which, as we all know, isn't always on our side. After spending 6 days in the Colombian Andes, the whole idea of having no expectations rings true. They say you can't have any expectations when hiking in the Colombian Andes, and you especially can't have any when hiking in the Páramo Ecosystem, a fragile, unpredictable, yet resilient environment that doesn't care what kind of expectations you might have brought along with you. When entering into these mountains, you give the mountains permission to treat you however it chooses. And that's not meant to sound bleak. Honestly, it's kind of exciting. In pursuit of these contrasting moments, my partner and I embarked on a 6-day trek through the Colombian Andes. Our goal? To explore, learn, and experience the Páramo ecosystem. The Páramo, found in just 3 South American countries, sits between the tree line and the perpetual snow line. Colombia, being home to 60% of the entire Páramo, relies heavily on the ecosystem for its ecological functions, dramatic climate shifts, and unique vegetation, all of which play a role in mitigating climate change and providing millions of Colombians with water year-round. To reach the Páramo, we trekked through rainforests and crossed rivers and valleys and scaled steep mountains. The higher we climbed, the thinner the air became. The thick heat and lush vegetation of the rainforest from lower elevations soon gave way to expansive grasslands and seas of cactus-like plants. The skies were a brilliant blue, though mist and clouds often rolled in, cloaking the mountains in a gray sheet. Unpredictable storms came and went, lasting anywhere from mere minutes to several hours. Storms that ultimately dictated our daily itineraries. One could say that's the essence of the mountains, its unpredictability. And maybe that's what drives so many people into the mountains each year. The unpredictability experienced in such a contrasting environment serves as a break from our recycled routines that we so often crave a break from. Sure, we complain about this unpredictability when we're wet and cold and tired, but it's part of the thrill and the excitement of being in an environment that fully drains you of control and forces you to submit your expectations to something well beyond our grasp. For some people, the idea of being stripped of all comforts of home and being subjected to some gnarly weather and unforgiving terrain is the last thing they'd ever sign up for. but I don't know. There's something about both the gamble and the trust I have to put in myself, the people I'm hiking with, and ultimately the mountains that makes me feel alive. In searching for those contrasting moments, as well as those experiences that make me feel alive, the Andes delivered. The unpredictability experienced at the very onset of our planning, with the goal of summiting Tolima being stripped away from the start, set the stage for our entire trip. One day, we'd be marveling at the size of the wax palms or soaking in the warm waters of the natural hot springs. And the next, we'd be cooped up inside a mountain hut, sheltering from a storm that halted our hiking plans for the entirety of the day. We lost an entire day of hiking to a tropical storm. It was easy to feel frustrated with yet another change in our itinerary, but our mood quickly changed when we remembered that those tropical storms are exactly what the Páramo needs to supply millions of people with water. Like, how can you be mad at that? What an incredible phenomenon to be a part of when you think about it. And with this unforeseen setback, we were able to take the extra downtime to connect with the locals and bond with our guides and deepen our appreciation for the Páramo's unpredictable nature.
Esto se llama trueque.
Ya te presto uno.
Es muy colombiano. Yo te doy algo y tú me das algo. Gracias.
Pero te voy a dar sneakers más, man.
Uy, no. That's not a good deal, man. Es que sabes por qué no te la...
And because we lost a day of hiking to the storm, our itinerary for the remainder of our hike changed. A change that led to a spectacular final day in the mountains chasing the sunrise. The storm's remnants of the previous day had vanished and were replaced with breathtaking views. Clear, colorful skies that showcased the peaks and valleys all around us. In the height of our triumph, we caught a glimpse of Nevado del Tolima, a sight of what could have been. Standing at 4,400 meters, I was hit with a blend of emotions as we looked out at Tolima. Disappointment, triumph, humility. Though we couldn't summit Tolima, the distant view reminded us that the mountain will always be there, waiting for our chance to try again. This reminder mirrored a greater lesson that I believe the mountains consistently teach. Expectations are just fleeting desires, while the present and its unique beauty are what truly matter. It sounds cheesy, I know, but when we embrace the balance between aspirations and flexibility, we discovered a joy in savoring the unexpected and allowing it to create its own memorable path. Did I still carry expectations along with me throughout our 6-day adventure in Colombia? Of course I did. Am I contradicting myself? Yeah, kind of. But let's be honest. It's certainly hard to not have expectations. Even when we do carry expectations, either consciously or subconsciously, I believe it's important to remain open and flexible, and even more importantly, to be able to happily adapt to the circumstances. Detours are a part of the fun when you let them be. The Páramo was a reminder that detours and surprises enhance rather than detract from the journey. Really, it's not about dropping all expectations, but about redefining them in light of what the mountains offer. In the mountains, expectations find a new rhythm.